Okay, awesome, thank you. So, COVID's not really in retreat, and because of that, we are missing somebody tonight. We had a couple kids who their kids, it's going to be Memorial Day weekend this weekend, right? So they're going out of town with their families, and we didn't know that at the beginning when we passed this. So my two student directors have had to step in to do the two roles for the people who are going to be out of town. Yay. Directors isn't feeling well, so she can't come tonight. So now we're down to director and a cast member. So I have asked one of the other cast members to step in and take on this role with a script in her hand. So there will be somebody up here with a script in their hand. It's because this is the first time they've done it. It takes a lot to do that. It's Viola. Yeah. Please do the music for us and I'll sound effects. Max Lynn composed the intro and the outro. So this is a student production. So students did all of the sets, all of the props, all of the costumes. They are manning the stage. They did all of the directing. It's incredible what they have done. So I hope you enjoy. I don't know where my director is. Eden, here you are. Come on out. I'm sure she wants to talk to you.
Everyone here tonight. I mean, we haven't had a show in 2 years on the stage that has been seen by all of you. So that's really awesome. Thank you so much for being here. It's like really appreciated. Everyone has worked so hard on this. You'll see the actors acting. The stage crew has made some amazing sets. Costume crew is awesome. They did great on costuming.
The stage crew, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt. The stage crew has worked tirelessly. Like they've been coming in during their AST periods to paint things and put things together. They've really worked hard. I mean, not that everybody hasn't, but.
So, a lot of credit to the stage crew. They were awesome. Then there's basically nice to direct the show. She can't be here tonight, but she'll be here in spirit. And if I have anything to say about directing the show, it's a lot of ups and downs. But the best part about it is doing it with her, my best friend, and actually directing the show. So, it's unfortunate that she can't be here tonight, but I hope you enjoyed it.
All right.
All aboard, West Coast 518, bound for Los Angeles now. Boarding on platform 2, departure in 15 minutes. All aboard, West Coast 518.
Wow, I can't believe this day has finally arrived. The day to head to Los Angeles with the love of my life on our honeymoon. Can you believe that we've already been married for 3 whole weeks, Cal?
It feels like only yesterday my beautiful bride became my beautiful wife. I can't wait to spend the next 10 days exploring Los Angeles with you, Rachel.
Walking along the beach,
Visiting all the museums,
going on all the rides at Disneyland,
seeing all the stars in the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
I'm so excited! I've been looking forward to this trip every minute dreamed of every day since our wedding. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen on our honeymoon.
Well, we better hurry up and get our tickets. We don't want to miss the train.
Elliot entered the train station. The platform was brightly lit against the dimming light of the waning day. People were moving to and fro, hustling and bustling to reach their destination. Elliot approached the ticket counter, eager to begin his own journey. May I help you, sir? As Elliot approached the counter, the young ticket seller asked, "May I help you, sir?" Elliot replied, "Why, yes, thank you. May I please have one ticket to Los Angeles?" Sir, are you saying that you would like to purchase a ticket to Los Angeles? Elliot sighed in frustration as the ticket seller. He didn't seem to understand his simple request to purchase a ticket to Los Angeles. It was imperative that Elliot get to Los Angeles the next day to meet with his publisher and present the latest collection of short stories. Sir, if I could have your attention for one moment, I'm not sure I understand. Yes, I'm trying to purchase a ticket to Los Angeles. I just said that. My apologies, sir. I was not certain if you were speaking to me or to your notepad. As a writer, I need to be constantly aware of my surroundings so that I can incorporate every detail into my work. Even everyday interactions and conversations can find their place in the written world. I see. Well, here's your ticket. Enjoy your trip to Los Angeles, sir. With the ticket finally in hand, Elliot made his way to the door. The door leads to the How can I help you, sir?
One for Los Angeles.
Yes, sir. And will you be keeping your sports equipment with you, or would you like to check that back?
My equipment goes where I go. Never know when the opportunity to use it will arise. Me too.
I don't think there would be the opportunity to play basketball on the train, sir.
I didn't become mine. I'm our top sports recruiter in the Western Conference with that type of attitude.
Excuse me, but I think the pursuit of knowledge should be held in more esteem than the pursuit of basketball championships, especially at a university. I hope the students you recruit understand the value of receiving an education and do not think the entirety of their college experience should be spent in a gymnasium, seeking the approval of mindless sports fans.
How dare you talk about sports that way? Sports provide teamwork, physical fitness, critical thinking, and so much more. Just who do you think you are?
Professor Polly Barr, University of Utah, Department of Physics and Astronomy. While you spend your time recruiting people to run around a basketball court in circles, I spend my time researching the night sky.
Isn't it a little bright in Los Angeles to be researching the night sky?
For your information, I'm headed to the city to give a presentation on the Perseus at the Perfect Observatory. The meteor shower is particularly spectacular this evening due to the setting of the waxing crescent moon.
And you think I'm the crazy one? You're speaking gibberish, nerd.
Neanderthal! I can help the next two customers, please.
Good evening. One from Los Angeles, please.
I'm heading to Los Angeles too. One for Los Angeles, please. I'm Annabelle.
Dr. Morinati. It's nice to meet you.
You're a doctor? You know, I'm student medicine, well, veterinary medicine. I'm going to Los Angeles to get experience as an aquatic vet tech. I'm going to, it's a little hard to work with words like makeup. You've been thinking a lot.
Well, that's nice of you to say, but I'm an emergency room physician, not a veterinarian. I don't think I'll be able to help you very much with your marine studies.
But so much of medicine can be applied across discipline. I read that in my introduction to marine life book, studies book. I think you're talking about animal studies, but humans are animals, right?
Listen, I do love my job, but everyone needs some time off. Wouldn't you agree? I'm spending my time off visiting some family in Los Angeles. And truly, work was the last thing I want to think about while I'm there. It was nice meeting you, though.
Next customer, please.
Hey, the city of flowers and sunshine, friend.
Sorry, where is that?
The city of the big orange, La La Land.
I'm afraid I still don't understand.
He means Los Angeles. Can you please stop your tactics?
We've been reading the same paragraph over and over. The whole time while we're flying because we can't concentrate with all that racket.
He also needs 2 tickets to Los Angeles, please.
Why so serious, my newspaper reading friends? What is it that's taking you to the coast?
We are not your friends. I'm Owen Casey.
And I'm Alan Casey. We're private investigators. We've been trying to read this article about bank fraud, but you seem intent on stopping that from happening.
And of course, we're on the same train.
Private investigators, huh? That sounds pretty exciting, friends. Music would be exciting too. Probably in a different way.
Definitely in a different way.
And since you'll probably tell us anyhow, what is it that brings you to the coast? Peace and love?
I'm gonna become a musical sensation, friend. I'm off to the coast to play my way to the top in show business. It won't be long before you see the name Nelson Henry on that newspaper there, friend.
We're not your friends.
And stop that racket!
Next customer, please.
This doesn't make any sense, Jennifer. You can't base the success of the restaurant on desserts alone. It is not a bakery. It is not a cafe. It is a restaurant. The main entrees are going to be the feature.
You aren't even listening, Derek. That isn't what I said at all. The restaurant would survive if we bill it as just another seafood place in Los Angeles. We have to have that extra piece of flair that draws people in. And that flair will be found in my desserts.
Spoken like a true pastry chef, making yourself the center of attention. Well, I am the executive chef, and the owners told me I could take the restaurant in any direction I want when they hired us to be the new chef team.
Exactly. Chef team. As in both of us. Not the Chef Barrett show. Excuse me, but do you need to purchase tickets? I need to keep the line moving forward, please. Sorry for the hold up. My husband also seems to think that he is the center of attention, both in and out of the kitchen. Go to Los Angeles, please.
Jennifer, you might want to realize I deserve the center of attention in the kitchen.
Are you serious? What part of the word team seems to be confusing you? Next customer, please.
This place is just disgusting. Just look around. It's too hot. That train is making smoke. And is that sand blowing around on the floor? This is not a place I should be expected to set foot in.
Isabella, we've been over this. We have to take the train to Los Angeles as part of your next movie. Sunset on the Rail. West Coast Railways is the company providing the trains for the film, and they said they won't have their name appearing in the movie unless you are seen actually riding one of the passenger trains for publicity. It's in your contract.
Well, Lucy, I have no idea why you agreed to that. You are supposed to look out for my interests, and this is not something a movie star would be interested in.
I'm your assistant, Isabella, not your agent. He's the one who agreed to this. Besides, I'm sure it won't be as bad as you're making it out to be.
Excuse me, but those women were alive before. Please step aside.
Do you know who I am? I am Isabella Madison, star of the movie One More Day, which is currently the top-grossing film in Iceland, Greenland, and Norway. I don't step to the side, and I certainly don't wait in lines with people. People wait in lines for me.
That's ridiculous! Just because you are a movie star doesn't mean you can just cut people in line. It's fine.
Take care of that.
We can wait. Don't worry about it. Just wait for a minute. She can't just get her own way because she made some foreign film that no one has even ever heard of.
You deserve more respect than she does. She should wait in line behind you. You're the CEO of Salt Lake Pharmaceuticals.
Yes, Julian, and you are my assistant. And as CEO, I'm telling you not to worry about it.
And that is final. I don't care if the only sleeper card you have helps 2 people. I demand my own. And when is dinner? I am just famished from this whole ordeal.
Dinner will be served tonight at 7 o'clock in the dining room. Breakfast will be served tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
The food on the street had better be prepared by competent chefs. The last thing I need on my venture is substandard cuisine. And I best have my own table in the dining car. I absolutely will not have my meals disturbed by whatever other nonsensical people are on this ridiculous train trip.
Sorry for the inconvenience, ladies. Thank you for your patience. Where are you heading? No problem. It wasn't your fault. 2 tickets for Los Angeles, please. Certainly. And would you like to check your bag? No, thank you. We need to get straight to our business meeting with Sunset Pharmaceuticals as soon as the train arrives. And I do not want to have to wait for the baggage to be unloaded.
I still don't understand why we can't just fly there, Miss Millen. We could have arrived tonight and had plenty of time to get ready for your presentation. Or should I say, get ready for your takeover? This will be the 3rd company that Salt Lake Pharmaceuticals has acquired this year.
You know we can't take our pharmaceutical samples on a plane. I always worry that the change in air pressure will ruin them, and then the presentation will fall flat. This is a big acquisition for us, Jillian, and we can't let anything go wrong.
Of course, Miss Millen. You're right, as always.
All aboard West Coast 518, bound for Los Angeles now. Final boarding call departure in 5 minutes. All aboard West Coast 518.
I need one ticket for the 518.
Train to Los Angeles, sir?
It doesn't matter where it's going. All that matters is that Isabella Madison is on it, which means I need to be on it too.
Forgive me, sir, but why don't you be on the train with her?
Because I am Sydney Bennett, paparazzo extraordinaire. I heard that she had tried to train me for a new contract, so I followed her to Salt Lake City on her new movie tour. I have been waiting at this station for 2 days, waiting for her to show up.
I'm well aware.
My patience has paid off because I've watched every single person board this train, and no one else here is on assignment. Photos of Isabella Madison throwing her tantrums on this train are going to skyrocket me to the top.
All aboard West Coast 518 is now departing.
strange. Excuse me, sir, but if you could just tell me your safety cab number, I can check my list and give you your seating assignment. We requested a truck by the entrance, but you arrived before. I like to be the first one to arrive at your settings. It gives me the best opportunity to make the most observations for my short stories as possible.
I'm Elliot Williams.
Ryder, sleeping cabin 14. Yes, Mr. Williams. Turns out cabin number 14 is actually assigned to this table. May I bring you something else to drink while you wait? Elliot was pleased with the good fortune of selecting the table at which he was supposed to sit, as he desired no other beverage than the water that was already provided. The remaining waitstaff returned to the kitchen to continue with their dinner. And it says right here that we're
See, I was working as an emergency room. I do believe there's someone to the team. Yes, I do imagine that rescuing injured so you can return beach rescue can be a very stressful situation. But as I said before, I'm really looking forward to being work off the train. I would just enjoy my travel in peace. Okay, having 6 tables 2. Oh my goodness, I'm at table 2 with you. I will have the best time on this trip. At least one of us will. I truly hope you're not planning to entertain the diners with that instrument.
Some of us came here to actually die.
You never know when inspiration will strike, friend. And some people find that listening to music while dining can be a very enjoyable experience.
That's true. I've been trying to convince my husband that adding peaceful live music to our restaurant would be a huge draw for people. I think they would help set us apart from other restaurants in the area. But he's convinced that live music would detract from the atmosphere.
Is your husband on this train, friend? I would love to talk to him about the benefits of music and eating, and to offer my services to this restaurant of yours.
He's supposed to be leaving here. He ran out as soon as we got aboard to go who knows where. But I'm not going to stand around waiting for him. Let's have to meet at the table. It was nice meeting you.
Nothing, Henry. Musical sensation. I will keep my eyes open for your husband. Perhaps together we can convince him that music is the key to success.
The same train and now the same table? This is a guy have to really break around here.
Come on, my investigating friends. We're going to have a great time together on this journey. You need to give our friendship a chance.
And why is that exactly?
Because you never know when you might need a friend. In fact, I know a song about that.
Please don't.
Come on, everyone. Why so serious?
We're not your friends. Do you even know what the word serious means?
How do you expect to launch your music career being this passive?
I think you misunderstood me, friends. I am very serious about my music. But where will I get if I'm as uptight as you, not even willing to make a friend? Or always having my face in the notepad? I want to enjoy the journey.
Well, you may want to enjoy the journey. I would like to record it. Writers need a great deal of material to create and work from, and recording day-to-day activities helps to provide some of that material.
You know, in some ways, being a private investigator is like that. Like in this bank fraud case we're just investigating. The scheme is very complex.
There were lots of moving players in the game. If we hadn't been paying attention to our surroundings, we never would have realized that it was the vanguard who was walking the bonds right out the front door.
Okay, serious friends, no dinner music. Perhaps I can channel some of this serious energy into writing a serious song. My writing friend, a piece of paper, please.
He's not your friend either.
None of us are friends.
Darling, your first time in Neil, and look, we're at table 1. And we're in cabin 1. Probably because we entered the train
Millen. After all, your cabin door locks, and the case has a lock on it too. And you are the only one with combination to the case.
You're probably right. But as I said earlier, this acquisition is way too important than anything else. No samples, no presentation, no acquisition. I'll just live it right here under the table where it won't bother anyone when we eat, and I'll feel much better.
Of course, Miss Millen. You're right. As always.
That's a very nice camera. Are you a professional photographer? I'm sure you can get some lovely shots of the scenery while you travel.
Oh, sorts, but the only thing I want to photograph most is right here on the train with us.
Hey, I recognize you from the train station. What were you doing sitting around here at the train station?
Please keep that. I'm trying to photograph Isabel Madison. You know, the movie star. I need to sit down before she gets here and sees me.
Paparazzo, and those people cause all sorts of trouble with good actors. They should just leave people in peace. It seems to me that if people don't want the attention of the media, perhaps they should choose careers that are less high profile. Another crack at athletes. Just because no one is interested in what you do doesn't make what we do less important. I believe I said people in general. You're the one who mentioned athletes. You're completely insufferable.
Didn't I see you two arguing earlier? What's going on?
Oh, we're just having a bit of a disagreement about academics. I feel that the pursuit of knowledge is the most noble endeavor. Culture does not. No, I never actually said studying wasn't important. Yes, you did, at the ticket counter. No, you said I was a sports recruiter, and you started all in about junk sports. I never even got a word in edgewise. You know, I went to college on a scholarship to, study. I would have never made it to college without that scholarship. And what was your degree? A bachelor's in being loud and obnoxious?
You know, being physically mentally fit is important for people. It's important for marine life too. I read here that some species of marine life actually play games with each other and are smart enough to create tools for themselves. Isn't that neat? I have to agree with Abby here. As doctors, we frequently tell our patients that both physical and mental activity are both very important. I see a lot of people in the emergency room who could have disappointed injury by being in better shape or by using their minds to avoid the injury-causing situation in the first place.
See, the good doctor here says that people need to use their minds when engaging in physical activity. Yeah, I'm sure that looking up at the stars while you run will surely avoid injury. And there you go again. What on earth were you doing in the kitchen?
I am a chef, aren't I? I was just doing some market research for our restaurant.
In the kitchen of a train?
You have to be more open-minded. You never know what you can learn from new situations.
This, from the man who shot down every single one of my ideas. You want to meet about marriage? This is what I get to deal with.
So, we're just sitting on our cheese in this new restaurant we're opening.
Well, we don't own the restaurant. Not yet, anyway. The owner is one of those investment real estate types. He bought the restaurant thinking it would be a breeze for him, sort of side business for himself. But he found out pretty quickly that running the restaurant is really hard work. So he started looking for some people with decent experience.
The owner's sort of letting us design everything, right down to paint on the walls and even hat proposals. We're hoping that maybe if this goes well, we'll buy the restaurant.
Is it hard going into business with your spouse? I mean, Rachel and I love spending time together, but we go to two separate jobs during the day.
It's definitely been a challenge. And we have been arguing a lot lately.
Right. Say this, when I shall talk about the restaurant, we'll pick it up tomorrow.
Sounds good to me. So it's nice for you to play Cookie on your honeymoon.
There you are, Isabella. Did you really have to change your outfit again? The one you wore before was just fine for dinner.
A movie star belongs to the public, Lucy. These people might have already seen me today. They expect me to change my outfit.
Alright, well, we need to get seated so the dinner can be served. It's already past 7. I checked the chart. We're at table 3.
these people at my table?
I'm not sure, Isabella. The other people who are assigned to the table? What's the matter?
You might recall that when you purchased tickets on this ill-conceived journey, I demanded my own table in the dining car. I absolutely will not be forced to interact with these commoners.
Excuse me, Miss Madison. This tantrum is really not necessary. I assure you that Jillian and myself will be perfectly amicable dinner companions.
Really? This is the second time today you treat us like this. We don't deserve it. No one here deserves to be talked down to and told they are commoners either.
Please, Miss Madison, as you can see, the dining car is full to capacity. We want to accommodate your every request, but we cannot let more tables appear. Or to sit down so that we can serve the meal. Everyone is quite hungry.
Isabella, you don't even have to talk to them.
Have a seat.
Well, you would all better be prepared to give me everything I request for the remainder of this journey, or none of you will be employed after this trip. I am Isabella Madison, and I will be treated as such.
She can't keep treating you like this, Miss Millen. You're the CEO of Salt Lake Pharmaceuticals. If this were a pharmaceutical conference, you could make demands like her. She has no idea who she's talking to.
Jillian, please. We do not get to deal with on a day-to-day basis. You'll be the more mature people in the situation and be better for it. Now sit down and try to enjoy our meal.
I don't think we were actually introduced. I'm Lucy Blake, Isabella's assistant. We are pleased to meet you.
A pleasure. I'm Avery Millen, CEO of Salt Lake Pharmaceuticals. And this is my assistant, Jillian Hill.
I've heard of that company. It's an honor to meet the CEO.
Miss Millen is the youngest CEO in the company's history, and she has grown the corporation more during her leadership than the last 3 CEOs combined.
Yes, thank you, Jillian. She makes it sound more exciting than it really is, though. It's a challenge to grow a small company, but our current growth has only really happened because of all the work of the others before me.
Still, those are some impressive accomplishments. Did you study business?
Actually, she studied chemistry. Most of our top pharmaceuticals are based on Miss Millen's own chemical designs.
Yes, thank you, Jillian. After the previous CEO retired, the board of directors thought it would be a positive change to have someone making the decisions who actually knew how the parts themselves actually work. I did end up doing some business studies, but Jillian here is a big compliment on the side of things.
That's really interesting. I actually studied business management myself and would definitely not know anything about pharmaceuticals, so I see what the board of directors were thinking. It sounds like that decision is working well for them.
Wait a minute, you studied business management to get bossed around by a demanding movie dealer?
Jillian!
No,
It's okay. I get that question a lot. Actually,
Isabella and I were friends in high school, and then we went to the same college. When she started getting parts in commercials and guest TV appearances, she asked me her age aside.
sorry, her assistant, because she knows nothing about business.
And to be honest, I really needed a job. She didn't start to get like this until that movie of hers really took off. Working
Isabella is great for now, but one day I would like to get into a different line of business.
Is everyone all right? I'm a doctor. Does anyone need medical attention?
What is the meaning of this? My dinner is completely ruined, and my clothing is soiled.
We're investigators.
Maybe we can help.
The passengers moved about the dining car frantically, each trying to make sense of the sudden events. I can't see anything. We're too far away from the front. Someone should
Go out there and check it out.
I don't think it's a good idea, my sports brain friend. We should stay here till we hear what's going on.
That would be your solution, wouldn't it? Just use brute force, run headlong into a potentially dangerous situation. And if it were up to you, you would sit here forever waiting for information. Take some action. We've only been here for moments. Some patients would benefit you.
Listen up, everyone.
We went to the front of the train, and the conductor said that there was a rock slide on the track.
They already have people getting it up, and we should be on our way in no time.
We greatly apologize for the inconvenience. If you would all like to go to your rooms, freshen up, then return to the dining car, we can get this cleaned up and finish your dinner again.
Come on, Isabella.
Let's go back to your room and change your outfit.
Isabella, seriously, it's not that bad. You brought lots of clothes. Isabella?
Abby, there's nothing you can do. Abby, listen to me. There's nothing you can do. She's dead.
I can't believe Isabella died. It's just awful. I know, she was so young, and she wasn't sick or anything.
Wow, like somebody died and feeling it after your dinner, man.
Lucy, I'm so sorry about Isabella. I know you said that she was a really close friend.
Like it's not even real. I was with her all day and she was totally fine. Even at dinner, she seemed fine. And all of a sudden, she died. You just don't understand.
Did she hit her head when the train stopped suddenly or choke on something she was eating?
I doubt that. If something like that had happened, she would have made a whole scene about it, and all of us would have known.
What is the matter with you all? A young woman drops dead and you make jokes about her.
No one wants to make a joke, right, everyone?
Just meant that she didn't mention getting sick or getting hurt, and she didn't react like she was choking.
There's no summer section here. We must be too far to the mountains right now.
We are having no luck getting a call through to the 40s, but train personnel are trying to get a hold of someone over the radio. And in the meantime, they've asked
Us to take on an investigation.
Lauren, did you notice any injuries or clues about how Isabella died? You're the medical expert here.
Abby and I were just discussing that. I didn't notice any injuries when the train stopped, and when I checked her air flow, it was completely clear. So there is no way she could have choked.
Can you determine cause of death?
Unfortunately, her heart just stopped, and I have no way of determining what caused that to happen.
Lucy, did Isabella have any history of heart disease? Was she on any medication?
No, she was totally healthy. The last time she saw a doctor was a while ago, but her checkup was fine. If she had any sort of medical issue, I would have known about it. We never picked up any medicine for this trip, because she hates taking any drugs at all.
Do you think it was something she ate? Should we be worried?
I don't think we have to worry about that. Most of us ate the same food. If there was anything wrong with there, more than one of us would have been affected. And besides, other than some types of fish, I can't think of any foods that would just make your heart stop. We didn't eat anything like that. I mean, you can get food poisoning, and sometimes that could be really serious, but it isn't instantaneous.
So, let us get this straight. Isabella had no history of heart disease or illness of any kind. She didn't eat anything that got her sick, and she didn't get hurt when the train stopped. Her heart just stopped.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
It seems so unlikely.
You don't really think.
Wait, what are you saying?
We are saying that we don't think this was an accident. We're saying that we think Isabella Madison was murdered.
Elliot can hardly contain his shocking surprise. Murder on the 518? Improbable, but not impossible. The other passengers began to speculate as they tried to process this sudden revelation. Do you really think someone could have killed her? I mean, we were all right there when it happened. Wouldn't we have seen something?
Rachel and I definitely didn't feel murder anyone on our honeymoon. Romantic trips do not include bodies in the dining room.
Actually, not everyone was here at the time when our movie star friend died.
Nelson is right. Derek and Jennifer ran out to the kitchen when the train stopped, and the twins followed the waiter. How could we know what they were doing while they were gone?
Elliot was right. We did leave the room. We went to go figure out why the train was gone.
But think about it. If we had left the room, when would we have been close enough to Isabella to harm her?
And what would our motive to hurt her have been anyway?
Any investigator worth their salt will tell you that crime needs two things: opportunity and motive.
We didn't have either one. The people who were in the room the whole time had much more of an opportunity.
We went to the kitchen to make sure that the sun had stopped and caused a fire or even injure anyone. We are chefs, you know.
And what motive would we have had? Isabella didn't do anything to us.
You didn't seem too happy with the scene she made earlier in which she declared you a commoner.
Well, neither did you. That seems like it could have been motivation for someone like a professor to get pretty upset.
Oh, please, someone like myself commit murder over something as frivolous as a minor insult? Seems unlikely, don't you think? Especially since there are far common, more stronger people present.
Again with the insults. Somehow being athletic makes me a murderer? You heard the doctor. Isabella wasn't injured. You're saying the doctor is right for all of us.
Lord is absolutely not what I was right there with her. Isabella wasn't there.
Don't you study fish? How would you even know if something was wrong? Besides, the doctor is the one who went from person to person right after the train stopped. She had the most opportunity.
I don't appreciate your insinuation. I'm a healer. A crisis occurred and I jumped to help. While I have no desire to participate in this absurd debate of yours, I feel the need to point out that you and your boss represent a pharmaceutical company, which would give you access to potentially life-threatening materials. Not to mention, we all witnessed the fact that you sat at the same table as Isabella, and she was rude to you the entire evening. Wouldn't that make you both prime suspects of foul play?
Absolutely not. Pharmacists take an oath too, you know. My goal is never do harm with any of my products. I would never use my company's resources to intentionally hurt someone.
What about Elliot? A good murder could be just the inspiration he needs for a great story. After all, he's the one who said that real life is the best story material.
I am much too busy recording events to be a part of it. And from what I have recorded, it would seem that Lucy is the most likely suspect of any foul play.
But she's not the only one. Lucy is not the only person who follows Isabella everywhere.
Lucy is not the only person who relies on Isabella for her career. In fact, Lucy's career would be over if Isabella died.
But Sydney's career would skyrocket. The money he would make from having exclusive photos of Isabella's murder would be just the thing he needs to take him straight to the top.
People, I didn't kill this woman.
You have to admit, Sydney. Owen and Alan made a compelling argument about your participation in this crime. Can you definitively prove that you were not involved?
Okay. I know I got a bit excited at the mention of the word murder, but that doesn't mean I wanted her dead. Sure, I'm gonna profit from this, but when all of you get a bit excited about something that could improve your career, most of you are going on this train to LA for work.
I'm afraid we're not convinced. I'm gonna have to confiscate that camera.
My camera? No way! Why?
You say you didn't do this, and we do want to believe you. Innocent until proven guilty, right? So you've been taking pictures all night.
You may have taken a picture that could help us find the actual cause of Isabella's death.
All right, but I'm going with the right thing for my pictures. I know my camera.
I'd like to know you both while you look. If the cause of Isabella's death turned out to be something we all came in contact with, I'd like to find out as soon as possible.
I can help too. You know, this is just like helping us to get home. They can't tell you what's wrong because you haven't seen through clues.
Sure it is.
Miss Millen, what if we miss our meeting?
I'm sure the company will understand if you have to schedule, given the circumstances.
This whole thing is just insane. I'm gonna try and contact them and figure this schedule out. Maybe we'll get a star or something now that the train is moving again.
Hey, don't you think we should do something with this body? I mean, I'm no expert, but I don't think we should leave it here until we get to Los Angeles tomorrow.
Fair point. If this were an actual murder, we hate to disturb the crime scene, but we can't very well leave it here.
Can we all just please stop calling Isabella it?
Lucy, maybe you can go back to your room and lie down.
I don't think that's a very good idea, my business lady friend. Maybe we should all stay here. It's not really safe if there's a murderer among us.
I have to agree with Nelson here, especially since we do not know yet who the dangerous person is.
Well, you know what? I think this is all ridiculous. I just want to get to Los Angeles and have a nice honeymoon. I have a hard time believing that anyone here would have murdered anyone. Lucy, how about you stay with us?
Are you sure? I mean, I don't really want to stay alone, but I wouldn't want to intrude on your honeymoon.
We would love to have you join us, Lucy. Rachel's right. We don't even know that a murder happened here. Can everyone stop jumping to conclusions? Someone died and that is awful. Do we have to make it any more awful?
All right, listen here, you pansies. Right now, we need a plan. First, Isabella's body. Who's got an idea?
Actually, I do. When Jen and I were in the kitchen, I commented on the fact that the train had a really large refrigerator. I think this train must be designed for longer trips than just overnight. And I thought we could use it for this. As long as everyone's okay with dressing over tomorrow.
Okay, that's a start. Derek, Jennifer, go to the kitchen and handle that. Next, has anyone gotten a hold of the police yet? I'll take that as a no. Ellen, Nelson, go to the front of the train, find the conductor, engineer, or someone, and see if they successfully radioed the car.
Elliot leapt into action, eager to gain more information for the benefit of the situation.
Come on, my recommend. Maybe you should be right, well, you are.
Well, it appears that someone here looks like someone likes to hear himself talk.
Oh, shut it. I didn't see you step up to take any action. Seems like something a smart person would do.
you did get
Speaking of moving in the right direction, it looks like we're moving again.
Good news. We helped the kitchen staff clear the space in the cooler for Isabella's body. They're actually cooking most of the food now for our replacement dinner.
Okay. Here's the story, traveling friends. I spoke to our train operators, and they said that we are basically in the middle of nowhere right now. They want us to proceed to our final destination of Los Angeles, where we will meet the authorities. We will probably have to put up our private plane until we speak to our police friends.
Miss Millen, I'm so scared that we're going to miss our meeting. I'm going to try and contact them again. This is turning out so badly.
Hey guys, how about move Isabella's body? Lauren, come see if this is acceptable for the rest of the meeting.
Oh, thank you.
Of course,
Are you seriously still taking pictures? What is wrong with you? She's dead.
You better still taking pictures. She may be dead, but she's still gonna make me rich. Seriously, that's very inappropriate.
And stating that you're going to capitalize off of her death definitely doesn't make you sound innocent.
Plus, the police are gonna confiscate your channel in Los Angeles anyway. It's evidence.
It's private property. We can't take it away. And I'll still be the only one with these photos.
everyone. But the kitchen staff is ready to serve the meal. If you can also stay in the dining area for a couple of minutes, you could get the rest cleaned up and have dinner served momentarily.
I'm sorry, but we better leave the dining room as is.
If Isabella's death were due to foul play, there could be evidence in this room that will help us determine what happened.
Can we serve dinner someplace else?
The lounge car is available. Those are made on table space. But if some people don't mind standing, it should make a fine place to serve.
Elliot was surprised at the strength and pride of the task of moving it off. You require immediate assistance.
What I think Elliot needs to say is that moving Isabella's body was harder than expected. Jen, please have me go on.
Everything will be fine in the kitchen. It's a good thing this is a short trip. This is definitely not a long-term short solution.
Everyone, please. We know you're probably all hungry. If you please follow us, we'll show you to the lounge car and sit. I think we're just gonna eat dinner in my room. That's alright.
Sounds good food. Hey, Rachel, how are we going to eat Lucy?
Actually, a quiet dinner in my room sounds appealing. Can we just make our plates and take them elsewhere?
Sounds good to me. What do our investigators think?
I suppose folks can keep their rooms. It's not like anyone's going anywhere.
Of course, anyone who wishes to dine in their quarters can take the place to the lounge and head back first.
It's no use. He's dead.
Alright, everyone, it's time we face the facts.
We have 2 people dead from sudden, unexplained heart failure. It's possible to believe that one death was an unusual occurrence. But 2 deaths? We can't deny anymore.
There is a murder on this train. We don't know who, we don't know how, and we don't know why. that soon enough. There could be more of us dead before we reach Los Angeles.
Elliot, what are you doing?
Writing, of course.
No, you're not. You're staring at me.
Your expression is most captivating. You look despondent. Elliot sat across the table from the despondent young. He sat in silence, quietly clinging to a small golden. Elliot wondered what was in this small golden.
Oh, this? I didn't even realize that I was playing with it.
The young woman was clearly deeply affected by the death of a close friend. And
Isabella wasn't just a close friend. She was my best friend. I don't know if I'm angry or sad or frightened or what I'm feeling.
I don't mean to interrupt, but I really don't understand.
oh, thank you, Jillian.
Didn't see you there. What do you mean?
How can you say Isabella was your best friend? She didn't seem to care about you at all. Or anyone for that matter.
It's,
Hard to explain.
I think success can just do things to people, you know? Isabella never
Cared about being famous. She just wanted to act. She was always happiest when she was playing a part.
But are you saying that she's pretending to be mean?
Isabella's agent was always telling her that no one pays attention to nice movie stars and that if she ever wanted to get noticed, she'd really have to make a scene wherever she went. And I know that it always seemed like she was so mean to me, but I know that wasn't really her. That crazy Isabella that you guys all saw, that's just how she acts in public.
playing another part, I guess.
But didn't it bother you that she made herself the center of attention? I mean, don't you feel like you deserve to get some of the credit?
I never wanted that. I like being behind the scenes. That's why we worked so well together. Well, we spent all of that time together for so long. See this necklace? Isabella gave it to me before this trip. She said because we did all of this together.
I really had no idea.
It's alright, most people don't. But she built her whole image on being the stereotypical crazy movie star. I always thought she could have made it just being herself. And maybe if she wasn't so awful to everyone all the time, she'd still be alive. Anyway,
You seem to spend
a lot of time with Avery.
You must see multiple sides of her as well.
I guess a little, but she's pretty much the same person all the time. I like her to be straightforward, you know? Hey, it's been a long day. We should really go eat something. I think they're still serving dinner in the lounge car.
Thanks for listening. Most everyone else keeps on trying to
Interrogate me because they think I murdered my best friend.
and the photographer who was chasing her. You're right, it has been a long day. I think I'm just gonna skip dinner and
Go to bed.
Good night.
Good night. Rachel, what's the matter?
Sweetheart, there you are. I've been looking everywhere for you. Why are you crying?
This isn't how our honeymoon was supposed to go. I wanted it to be perfect.
I know. I wanted to be perfect too.
Now when we get to Los Angeles, we're gonna have to go to a police station. Be accused of murder instead of sightseeing and celebrating our wedding together. We didn't do anything wrong.
I know. All I want to do is be with you, but we're all suspects. We never let the police do their job.
Circumstances got you down, honeymoon friend.
Yes, this honeymoon is turning out to be a disaster.
Come on now, it's not all that bad.
Are you kidding me? 2 people have been murdered and you think it's not all that bad?
Well, it wasn't either of you who got murdered, right? And maybe you'll have to change up your travel plans when you get there, but just think of the story you'll have to tell your friends when you get back home.
No, not the right idea, guys. This will be over before you know it. And we weren't really affected by it since we didn't really know either of the victims.
Yeah. Nelson, why do you keep so calm and positive? Aren't your plans for Los Angeles going to be ruined? Didn't you say you had a meeting for your music?
Well, truth be told, friends, I don't have a meeting. I sent out lots of copies of my songs, but I never heard back from the record labels I sent them. So I decided to come to Los Angeles to see if I could make it on my own. If I stop being positive, how will I have the courage to make it?
Wow, Nelson, I don't think I'd be able to just dive into something like that. I bet someone will give you a chance. Yeah, you're so determined. I bet your music is great. Want to share some with us?
I would love to, friends. During all this commotion, I wrote down a few songs on our table over there. Come take a look.
Hello. Jillian, there you are. Have you seen the Casey brothers? I need to speak with them.
We haven't seen them in a while. Anything we can do for you?
Yeah, you don't look so good. Are you okay?
No, I'm fine. I just lost something. I'll look in here and see if I can find it. What are all of you up to here?
Oh, well, Nelson was just about to play some of his music for us.
You're sitting around playing music for someone who was just murdered? Aren't you bothered at all by what's going on?
Miss Millen, you seem pretty upset. Can I help?
No,
What's missing?
no, I'm fine. Just, if you see the Casey brothers, please send them in my direction.
Of course, Miss Millen.
Stop it. You can't just come barreling in here and disturb the editing. Well, clearly, no one cares that 2 people just died in this location and it cannot be disturbed until it has been processed by the authorities. Where are those private investigators anyway? Shouldn't they be handling this?
I just left my wallet at the table. I don't think letting my wallet will disturb the evidence. Do you? Why'd you follow me here anyway? Don't trust me. You think I have something to hide?
Well, people eager to remove things from the evidence seems somewhat suspicious. And if you must know, I brought my reading glasses with me during dinner and left them on the table during all of this confusion.
So it's perfectly fine for you to get your glasses, but it's not okay for me to get my wallet? It seems pretty suspicious to me.
Because I want to come barreling through everywhere and disturb everything in sight.
I don't barrel anywhere. Will you two just stop it? You've been at each other's throats all night. We have much larger problems than whatever it is you two are arguing about.
Really, you two should take a page out of Nelson's notebook and get some positivity.
That isn't exactly what I meant.
So true, friend.
We can all just focus on the problem.
Come on, guys, let's go be calm and positive elsewhere.
For the last time, get out of my kitchen. We are chefs, not murderers. You had nothing to do with these deaths. I'm not accusing you of murder. I'm just worried about the safety of the passengers.
We have to get to the bottom of this.
And is it very safe for the other passengers to store bodies in my cooler?
We emptied the cooler before we put the bodies in. There is no danger to the passengers there. Hey, Julian, what's up? Did you come to sleep with us?
No, actually, I lost my cell phone. I came to see if I dropped it back here during all the commotion in the city. Did you put his body in the cooler too?
Unfortunately, they did. This is completely unacceptable.
Oh my God, listen, for the last time. It was completely safe.
Nothing's wrong.
What is going on here?
Look, there are 2 more people to invade my kitchen.
We're not here to invade your kitchen. Actually, we came here to tell you how much we enjoyed the dinner we just had.
What are all of you doing in here?
We were sleeping for clues in the kitchen.
Well, sort of. We're convinced that these deaths have to do with something the victims made.
Owen, Alan, I need to speak to you about. We've already told you. There are virtually no foods that would cause this to happen. You searched the kitchen. Did you find any dangerous food?
We all ate the same things, except for people who work in the kitchen. In a bed like this, where everyone eats the same food and all the dishes are the same, you have no idea which plate is going to end up at which table.
And do you really think the kitchen staff randomly decided to put nature's food on just 2 of the plates? And even if they did, hey, I am not saying that you did, but really, what are the chances those 2 plates would end up in front of the intended people? Seems way too coincidental for me.
We see what you're saying. What about the wait staff though? They serve each person individually.
And they were in the dining room with us the whole time before the meal was served. That's plenty of time to see where new tourists are sitting.
You kidding? We've been in and out of the kitchen a dozen times now. The trays get handed straight to the wait staff and they head straight out the door. Why would they have the opportunity to sabotage the food?
And weren't Isabella and Sydney at different tables? Did 2 separate waiters decide to commit murder?
Okay, we get it.
The food theory doesn't quite add up.
You all are quite satisfied to return to the kitchen without all of you.
Something's missing. What's missing?
Gentlemen, I really just
I know what's missing. What are you talking about?
You guys are all so focused on the how people died, and not the why people died. People died. You got that. It was in the dining room. You got that too. But you guys have spent the whole night chasing around a food theory that has gotten you nowhere. You can only make a layup so many times before you have to switch plays and go for an outside viewpoint shot. So back up, reassess, and take a new approach to the problem.
Elliot!
I think it was Elliot.
No, Elliot can tell us what's missing. I don't follow you. You know how he's always writing everything down he sees? He's taking notes the whole time we're dinner. He's taking notes right now. I bet he can help us. Remember what everyone's doing.
Abby, that's a great idea.
Hey, I bet if you put Sydney's photos together with Elliot's notes, you could paint a picture of everything that went on in the group all night. Wait, where is Sydney's camera anyway?
I remember seeing it on the table with his body.
Hey, the camera! It's not here.
What? Where is it then?
So many people have been in and out of this room all night. And anyone could have just picked it up. And no one would be the wiser.
Maybe Elliot can tell us that too. What do you say, Elliot?
Elliot was displeased with having writing disturbed. However, he recognized the importance of his notes to Pat solving the mysterious murder that had occurred, especially in light of the disappearance of the photographer's camera, which created a large gap for visual evidence.
I'll take that as a yes.
Jen, let's go see if we can find that camera.
No! All of us are staying right here until we figure this whole thing out.
I know. Not everyone is here. But Michael's on to something before.
Everybody who is in this room right now have been trying their best the whole night to figure out what happened. And either all of us are like the best actors ever, or we just generally don't have anything left to hide. Either way, let's go back to Ellie's notebook and maybe focus on the people who haven't been trying their best to solve the crime.
Gentlemen, I need to speak with you. Privately, now.
What's up, Avery? You don't look so good. Avery, if you are feeling unwell at all, we really need you.
No, I'm fine. Lauren, good thing you're here too. So you all know how I work for a pharmaceutical company, and I'm headed to Los Angeles to take samples for my reputation, right?
Right.
Well, when the train stopped suddenly, when there was that rock set on the tracks, I opened up my keys to check on everything. Everything looked fine. But when I went back to my cabin after dinner, I decided to check on it again. And this time, I noticed that a vial was missing.
What? Avery, this isn't good. What did it contain?
Well, that's the worst part. It's a new medication my company is developing to help patients who are at risk for heart failure. It hasn't been widely tested yet.
Okay, wait. What you're saying is that we are missing a vial of untested heart medication on a train where not one but two people have been found dead due to heart failure?
Oh my goodness!
What is it?
Avery's this medicine that causes heart failure!
This new development is most exciting.
Oh, your goal. Let's focus on other people's theories. It's crazy. This woman clearly had the means to commit these murders, and she had the opportunity. We should have kept an eye on her the whole time. She was right at the same table as Isabella, who was rude to her.
Avery, what did the medicine itself contain? Would it be able to be disguised, or would people know they were taking it?
Well, all the samples that I took from my meeting are in liquid form with no coloring or added flavoring. My company is trying to develop a new line of medication for people people who have difficulty swallowing medication.
Derek, if Avery did commit these murders, why would you think that she's bringing this up right now? Like qualities of the medicine? Why would you think she would be telling us if she had actually killed both Sydney and Isabella?
Maybe that's her plan. Make us think she's innocent.
But Derek, from what I'm reading here, Avery was nowhere near Sydney at any point. And I think it's somewhat far-fetched to believe that there are two separate murders.
Derek, come back.
Let's give those 2 minutes. In the meantime, Avery, tell us more about this medication of yours. I think it's safe to assume it's the best week we've had so far for a possible health threat.
Well, like I said before, its primary function is to help patients who are at risk for heart failure by helping regulate heart function. For a sick person, it would be safe to assume that a small amount would go unnoticed, but a large dose would be very dangerous.
So what happens if someone without a heart has to do?
Well, it would be safe to assume the same would hold true for a healthy person. A small dose would go unnoticed, but a large one could cause some very, very serious heart problems.
What characteristics does medicine have? Do you think it could be disguised in liquids?
Well, yes. As I said before, it has no colorings or added flavorings. All of the samples that I'm taking from my meeting are like this.
How would you be able to differentiate from it from the other ones?
Well, you'd be able to.
So you're saying that if it were hidden somehow, you wouldn't also be able to differentiate it from regular water, and it's easily consumable or drinkable.
Yes.
That sounds like a great idea. I might be helpful for animals too. You need to focus.
So if you claim it wasn't you, who else had access to your case?
Well, that's the thing. The case never left my possession, and I'm the only one with accommodation for the case. The only times the case were ever open were right after the rock slide and just now in my room.
I'm sorry about this part. I'm really on edge. I thought we could all use this drink. Water? Anyone?
Sure, thank you.
Elliot, Hart, welcome. Sounds good to me.
Don't do that!
What?
The water glasses. That has to be where it happened. If the medicine is a liquid, it'd be extremely easy to add to a beverage.
And the medications were designed to have very color or taste.
Elliot took amazing notes. And right before both deaths occurred, most of us were sipping water. Okay, good catch. Now we just need to figure out who got a hold of the medicine and close enough to both people to put it in their water.
We still have to find Sydney's parents.
It's not quite as clear, but right before both deaths occurred, most of us, those who had brought Isabella's body, came back and had some water.
Do you think we still need to use
use the notebook, or?
We might not need the notebook.
I think you're right.
Attention all passengers, we will be arriving in Los Angeles in approximately 15 minutes. Please prepare to be all bonds on board. Next meeting until authorities have the opportunity to survey and scan the Disney one individual. Thank you.
Okay, everyone. We have 10 minutes until we get to Los Angeles. Grab that notebook and let's get to work.
Now that we know exactly what we're looking for, we can catch the murderer by surprise by the time we reach Los Angeles if we all work together. Are you in?
Go, team! Just arrived, West Coast 518 from Salt Lake City has just arrived on platform 4. Just arrived, West Coast 518.
All right, folks, back it up. Give us some space. Platform is closed. We're conducting an investigation here. Back it up.
All right, folks, if y'all just follow us, we'll have it right over there, we can start taking your statements. Please leave all belongings on the train until you're done and ask for service. Siri, Tara, Adam, and folks, you in the back, please, folks, all belongings stay on the train.
While wanting to follow the officer's wishes, Elias was dismayed at the prospect of being separated from his writing supplies during what promised to be a very exciting series of events. He also failed to comprehend how a guitar and a marine study could pertain to the details of his particular investigation.
What?
He's going to be separated from his notepad. I can put my book back on the train, so now some time to take your guitar. Maybe I can use it.
That won't be necessary, Abby. I'll be handing my case straight to the police.
Miss Millen, you're handing over all your samples to the police? Don't you think you should keep them with you?
Nonsense! You heard the officer's orders. Everything on the train is evidence. I wouldn't want to complicate the officer's investigation by leaving them a case of samples that they couldn't even open. You're all my case of samples along with combination.
Hello, officers. Allow us to introduce ourselves. My name is Ellen Casey.
And I'm Alan Casey. We're private investigators. We've decided to hand the evidence straight to you along the silver case. This bag contains the notepad from our resident writer, Elliot Williams, which we think you'll find very helpful when reconstructing the events of this journey.
This bag also contained the camera that belonged to deceased paparazzo Cindy Bennett, who was constantly taking pictures to the day that he died.
You found the camera?
That's awesome, where was it?
I didn't even know it was missing.
Wow, that's a stroke of luck for us. The poor guy might accidentally solve his own murder.
You said the camera was missing? Where did you find it?
Actually, the camera never went missing. The one I brought with me to record my upcoming lectures looked a lot similar to Sydney's. And it was under Sydney's table the whole time.
So we took the opportunity to go through all the photos, and Sydney took one clear as day of Isabella's murder poisoning her water glass.
Oh my gosh, he did? Wait, poison? But who? Why didn't he say anything?
Do you think he was still trying to make more money?
I knew it wasn't the food.
Photograph of poisoner?
I'm looking as the case contains suspicion.
After Isabella died, it didn't take long for us to figure out that the death was no accident. Everyone else was fine.
At first, we thought she might have hurt herself suddenly when the train stopped from the left side, but the doctor here confirmed that she wasn't hurt.
That's true. I checked on everyone right after the train stopped and no one was injured.
Who was it? Who poisoned Isabella?
At first, we all suspected that Sidney did. He had the most game that some doctor pictures of Isabella's death.
And of course, he denied it. And he said we could look through his camera to see if we could find any helpful pictures.
And the other person who was deceased? That's when we realized we were wrong about Sydney being the murderer. After Sydney died, we knew we had to start looking at other potential suspects.
Avery, you weren't even with the people who were trying to figure out who murdered Isabella and Sydney. Derek, Jennifer, Jordan, Abby, all of Owen and Alan were clues. How did you end up figuring it out?
Well, I realized that I was carrying around a case full of potential danger. I checked on it after the rock slide and everything looked fine. But when I went back to my cabin after dinner, I noticed that a vial was missing. If there's missing medicine, we have to find it. The rest of you would be in danger.
Your medicine poisoned Isabella? It was you. It must have been you. No one else had access to your case. And you were sitting at the same table as her. I can't believe that you tried to make me feel better right after you murdered her.
Listen, Lucy, I thought the same thing, but Avery was nowhere near Sydney at any point. She couldn't have killed Isabella, and she didn't kill Sydney.
But there was one other person at that table with you and Isabella. One other person who was able to handle the open case of medicine.
And the only person who was near both Sydney and Isabella at the time of their deaths.
Jillian!
Going somewhere?
You gotta be quicker than that to surprise me.
Fine! You figured it out. It was me. Oh, I can't believe this. Jillian, how could you? Lucy, I didn't mean to kill her. Honest, I didn't.
But you did kill her. And why Sydney? Why?
I was so angry at the way Isabel treated us at the train station when we were buying our tickets. And again, at dinner. She was so rude to everyone. I mean, what did she think? Gave her the right to talk down to us. To all of us. Fame doesn't give people the right to act that way.
That's why you killed her. You were mad about her insults?
No! All I could do was embarrass her. When I realized that Sydney was on board and taking pictures to sell, I thought, what would bring Isabella down a notch? She was so worried about looking her best and being better than everyone else. But I figured a bunch of pictures of her getting sick all on the train, working her big, moving from here, would be just a thing to mess up her perfect Hollywood image.
So you poisoned her to make her sick.
When Avery opened the case after the train stopped, I slipped up the aisle closest to me before we shut the case again. During all the commotion, I poured some in her water glass. That way she would get sick
and Cindy could sell her embarrassing pictures.
But
I never meant for her to die. I had no idea that what I put in her water would kill her.
I can't believe this. How many times have I told you that we're with Dave with Ida? What were you thinking?
But why kill Cindy though? He was going to sell the embarrassing pictures of Isabella just like his plan.
When Cindy started saying how he was going to sell those pictures of Isabella and make all this money from it, I realized it didn't matter what happened to Isabella. She was still going to be famous. And Cindy was going to get rich from her fame.
So you killed.
When Cindy and the Casey brothers went to look through his pictures to find a picture of the murderer, I knew I had to get his camera. He never stopped taking pictures. I was sure he had a picture of me poisoning Isabella's water. And I knew I would never get it from him willingly. He hardly ever put the thing down. So, when I saw my opportunity, I still had the rest of the vial in my pocket, so I put poison in his water.
So you did do it.
You knew it was going to kill him. And you did it anyway.
And for nothing, I snuck back as soon as I could to get the camera, and I hid it in my coat pocket. But now I find out that I have somebody else's camera. I didn't even see anyone else with the camera.
That's because no one else got one.
I was wondering why you kept calling this empty water glass a camera, but I just went along with it.
And Reed Owen denied, figured out that Jillian was the only other person who had access to the case of pharmaceuticals. And we knew she must have been murdered.
Hollywood found through Elliot's notes and realized that Jillian must have Cindy's camera. But we knew that she'd never got the evidence unless we tricked her into it. I decided that if we would hit the camera, it made Jillian nervous enough to bet, and I was right.
So I really did have the camera all along, and you all did a picture of me poisoning anyone.
Of course, now that you've confessed in front of all of us, it doesn't really matter whether we have pictures or not.
You're under arrest. Let's go.
What?
All right, folks. We still have to bring you down to the station for official statements, but now that we have a murder and a confession, we should be able to get you on your way soon. If you all just follow us, we have cars that can take you downtown.
Nice work, everyone.
Abby? Brilliant idea for the camera glove.
I know I didn't want to work on this trip, but obviously the ship had other plans. You were a great asset throughout all the chaos. You're very bright, and I'm sure you'll make an amazing photographer tonight. Thank you, Lauren. That means so much. I learned so much about keeping cool under pressure from you, and now during the animal emergency.
I hate to admit this, but you had some effective insights throughout this investigation. Perhaps I underestimated you.
That'll teach you how to judge a book by its cover, Professor.
I never really did hear what you did your degree like.
Criminal justice.
Well, this has all turned out very surprising. I'll say,
What a way to start our honeymoon.
Jennifer, you and Dad worked so well to solve this crazy case.
I suppose we did. You know, we're much better together when we aren't arguing.
You're right, Jen. We should learn how to work together instead of working against each other. This was horrible.
If I may, be friends, I happen to know a fabulous musician who happens to be very good at keeping people calm and relaxed.
Come on, Nelson. Let's stop trying to the
Oh, hi, Avery. Yeah, I just can't believe that all of this is happening. I'm sorry I thought you were a murderer.
To be honest, I feel somewhat responsible. I should be more careful about who I choose to handle my samples. Be my assistant.
You couldn't have guessed what Jillian would have done. I know that I did.
Well, you know, might not be the greatest time, but I do find myself
with a good mind for business, good organizational skills, and good at following directions. Someone who might be in need of employment.
Me? You want me to do?
Sure. I know you have a lot of things on your plate handling the moment. Once everything's settled down, give me a call. Salt Lake City's a great place to live. I will.
Come on, Elliot.
Elliot realized that he was the last remaining train passenger on the platform. Before joining the others, he reflected on the bizarre series of events that befell him and his fellow passengers on the West Coast 518. After this, it was unlikely that any of their lives would truly be the same.
Friendships torn apart. New relationships forged. Old relationships made stronger. And new opportunities presented.
What an amazing story this would make!
Wow, we have a total of 2 viewers.